I know how to rep my city. I know how to rep my city. So throw your wood up, throw your wood.
Hey guys, another somewhat economical way to travel is by train. So you've heard planes, trains, and automobiles. But a lot of times, you know, when I've gone to Paris or Italy, I've used Ryanair. But this year, since the pandemic, all that kind of stuff is kind of tight. So right now, we're using a train. So going from Amsterdam to Paris to Spain, etc., etc. But utilizing the entire transit system to get there. So you can find good prices that way, and that's another way to go. But make sure you pack light. Make sure that you're carrying like a carry-on or backpack. Please, no huge luggage. It just slows you down. And then when you get ready to fly back, it might put you in peril. But just wanted you to see this. All right. Guess. I am out here. I don't know if you can look at the topography. You can look at the buildings, watch your step. Yeah, I'm in 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿. You know, we talked about Amsterdam. We've talked about a lot of places. But listen, this time I want you to explore Paris, and I will tell you the things to do, not to do. But hey man, enjoy the sights, enjoy the sounds, because it's the hustle and bustle, and I'm gonna try to get you away from the tourists. Guess what, man? It's that Tour de France. That Tour de France ends tomorrow. And guess where it ends? Right about right here. And where am I? I'm right in front of Dior, man. Huh? You don't believe it? I'm right there in front of Dior. You know what I mean? Louis Vuitton, Dior, all that stuff. But that store's about to end. Just had some good mussels, and I'll post those there. Had some good fish and chips, even though that's UK stuff, but hey man, it's always a good time here. You don't spend a lot of euros, but it's the hustle and bustle, you know. It's not New York, but obviously it's Paris, France. I'm still in Paris. These are the catacombs, the famous catacombs. It looks like a little tunnel in the penitentiary. I'm trying to survive out here, but you know, this is where prisoners would have to go to save the limestone. I'll try to give you a little glimpse here. This is me, sweating hard. Had to walk down 1,000 stairs to get here, but it's very unique. And it's very low. You see, if you can see the top of my head is almost hitting this. And I'm 6'1", so I'm not very tall, but my head is almost hitting the deal. So I feel like I'm gonna walk for a mile down here. This wall is made of bones. You can't see it. We're not supposed to flash lights, so I'm gonna honor their wishes. But these are all dead people from a long time ago. They built walls based on all of these nasty bones. And it's skulls and stuff. And you can't even see the skulls because I can't flash. But it's crazy. I can get closer to this other light and maybe you can see some of them. See those skulls? They're just bones, the thigh bone connected to the hip bone. Skulls for many years. It's crazy.
Yeah, so you pick this thing up, right?
Cooper's about to eat a escargot for the first time.
Ain't it like that?
See.
Yeah, all the green, look at all that.
Get it out.
Yeah,
It's just like a mussel.
Oh, it's warm.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Gotta go.
Let me see your face. What's your judgment?
I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
All right. My father's an experienced escargot snail hunter.
Dip it in there.
It's just like a mussel. It's cooked. All right.
Everyone filming?
Yes.
I don't know. It tastes like seafood.
Today there's a Tour de France, and I mentioned that earlier. So they got it blocked off, got a lot of police here. Good part about it is you get really good images of the Louvre without a whole bunch of people on the right side of the street. So you don't get people, you actually get these nice buildings, the nice architecture. Hopefully you're able to see it too. I'm just walking and talking, so I don't know if I'm getting good images, but it is what it is. And now that we're finally in the Louvre, this is the coveted Mona Lisa. A couple of weeks back, some guy came in here and threw a banana pie or something at the Mona Lisa. The queue is quite long, as you'll see, but it is filled with art, And this is, you know, it's worth the wait. It's really warm today, about 40, it feels like, or 100, almost 104, it feels like. But it's rather empty because there was a Tour de France, and so it's difficult to get in this place. But it's gorgeous, it's worth it, very much worth it. And a lot of people queued up, waiting to go and take their individual pictures with the Mona Lisa. And you can see her on that corner. She said, "I loved your show in Paris at 𝐿_Maman, and that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of her heart." Y'all know that lyric? That was some Erykah Badu. But anyway, man, the Louvre has been great. It's too big for me to see everything. I don't even want to see everything because my feet hurt. No, seriously. But I got the Mona Lisa, which was the big part. I've got a lot of other really good pictures, images, and statues. So far, the experience has been great. Again, I've been to Paris before, but each time it's a new experience, and I didn't come to the Louvre last time. So, all right, guys, we'll check in with you later. 6 years ago when I was here, this is where we were when the man drew the caricature of me with breasts on. And that man is probably dead now. But this is where we were. It's a quaint little town, it's lively. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿, bon mentor.
Dreams are full of flowers. Greens about my greens, my nigga. Fucking me. I'm a knock like I a bad chick. Like I
like that.
Goes on, bro.
Hey man,
Yeah.
so I just want to introduce y'all to my folks because I got
Yes,
some people.
sir.
So what is your name?
My name is Leroy, aka ROYL. SAPA boy, South African Parisian.
Hey man, he's a South African Parisian. I met him here in Paris. He let me hear his music. It's jamming. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I used to do it. So Yella, I'm gonna reach out to you, man. This boy is talented. He got some good music. I wanted to get him on video so that you can hear it live. But we're gonna definitely do something, man. For sure, for sure. Hey man, it's Vinnie Bo, man. I'm out here, man, in Paris, and I done made the connection. So it's on. Just make sure that y'all look out for me after I connect y'all. I've drank a lot of cognac in my life, but this is really good. It's fresh, earthy, texture.
And cognac is from,
Grapes.
let me see, grapes from this region right there.
This one, the Eiffel Tower. The classic winner is this one. Which one have I tasted? And the same.
Oh, the two different bottles.
Ah.
And Cooper,
And
no,
this
you
one is
can't
the
have
one.
any.
So those here are 20 years old. This one 50 years old. 50 years old. Yeah. All of this is deliciousness. All the tourists come up here to the church. On the path of the church, you can find anything that you're looking for. But you gotta watch yourself. You'll get got up here. Pietro is attempting to put the love lock on the love thing because my anniversary is tomorrow. And Caitlin keeps saying it's her anniversary too because
It's not gonna fit there. Let's go find
she's
a
the reason we
better
got married is what she says, and she was at the wedding.
Yeah.
So she keeps saying our anniversary. So we're finding a lock place so that we can put it on. But this place is pretty famous. You guys have probably seen it in all the little shows. I've been here before.
Oh my gosh.
No, let's just put it where the rat is.
No, why would I want to put it by the
Because it
rat?
won't be there in
Because it'll
7
be memorable.
years.
Here. I think we might be able to put it here.
Ratatouille, we had a change door at the anniversary.
But if I can't fit one, nothing matters.
Okay, here we go. There it
You gotta
is.
take the red thing off.
Do I? You're smart.
I know I am.
Okay.
Blessed with the brains of Einstein.
All right,
You
there
got it
it
on
is.
there? There it is.
right.
Gay Patty.
You
Now
want
you're
to
gonna
hook
put it on
Oh
top.
yeah, that's
And my kids hooked theirs on there because they love us. Oh, that's delicious.
You think you're the branch of this family?
I am the banner of the family.
push it in there.
I filled up my life with you. You filled up your life with me.
All right, guys. I am outside of the Eiffel Tower at some little market thing, and it's cool. I mean, I've never seen this one before. They have various types of foods, various types of jewelry, rocks. Today is slightly overcast, so it's not hot like it was yesterday. Yesterday was kind of warm, remind me back of being in Texas. But those are the bubble waffles. Then you even got your paella stand. Now I'm getting ready to go to Spain, so I guess I'll be eating some paella there. But look, if you haven't seen a big old great dish of paella, there's some there. And it looks really good, really tasty. And then if we keep going, I don't know if this is I don't know what this is. I've never seen it, but it looks good too. I mean, different types of meats, different types of vegetables. I don't know what type of food it is, like from what region, but it looks good. And then it has like those taco things that you fill it with, so it's good. All right, guys, I know that you might not know, but do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. So this is the lady, this is our anniversary. Now, you would think that we had our honeymoon here, but actually we didn't. We had it in Puerto Vallarta, 2007. But we came here 6 years ago and we loved it, and you know, then COVID happened. We were supposed to go to another destination last year with not last year, the year before, with my in-laws, when my father-in-law was still alive. And COVID happened and things happened and my father-in-law passed. That's the gloomy part. The positive part is now life is around again. We made it back to Paris, but we brought 2 little munchkins. And not only did we bring them, but we're at a fancy restaurant in Paris. And I don't know how many teens can say that they were trying duck confit, foie gras, and tuna tartare, but they'll be able to say it. And it's not to show off, but I really want them to have goals in life. We've seen the tough side of life, and we hope to see the good side of life. But hey, man, this is for me and my wife, Pietra, Jermaine, Neely, and it's me, Vinnie Bobo. And I'm out here finding aspiring rappers and everything, and I'll share that for you later. All right, guys.
Coming up on Notre Dame, around the corner, there's a lot of reflection in the windows, but here's this beautiful building and this beautiful restaurant. They're still restoring it after the fire last year.
We're gonna get our food. It's so disappointing. It all tastes the same, you know? Why are you taking pictures of yourself? Oh, that's not better, you know?
Probably be my last Paris video, but I'm just out here with the locals, hanging out in the residential neighborhood. Been hanging out for about a couple of hours now, actually washing clothes, because you have to find a place to wash clothes, you know, when you pack light, pack the carry-on, as I told you guys earlier. Just having a beer, having a beer or two, and man, it's nice, it's peaceful, you know what I mean? People just going about their daily lives and just getting off work and going up to the apartments upstairs and grabbing a sandwich. And the cute thing to watch, because a minute ago I was right outside the market, the store. People just getting their little basil or whatever, because they don't buy a lot of things because they have smaller refrigerators, so they buy small things. Their washers and dryers are small. And I'm washing and drying in the small thing. And one of the things is, even with the washer, it washes for 30 minutes and then it dries for 12 minutes and then gotta pay again, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, everything kind of small, efficient. You know, we're used to being in the States, everything's big. So deliberately relaxing and chilling and finishing up. But you know, it wasn't a hot day today. It was kind of overcast. Got a nice breeze and just enjoying it, man. So yeah, that's been Paris. Hey, I'm at, you know, getting ready to leave Paris, headed to Spain. But I'm telling you, if you ever wanted to put on a mask, it's about right now. Because you'll leave here and be monkeypoxed up, or you'll be coronaed up. There's a billion people in this thing. They're all around. And you gotta stay on the swivel, make sure you don't get pickpocketed. 1,000 people, 2,000 people. You see all them people everywhere. Can't even breathe. See I'm sweating? So, I will let you guys know how it is to get to Spain, but in the meantime, stay safe. Just keep your head on the swivel. I can't use none of this food. You done messed it all up.
I said, why are you still?
Yeah, I know how to make you stop messing with me, don't I? What you say? You got something to say? Yeah, say something. What you got to say? You got something to say, Bill?
What?
Hey, Bill. Done with the mountainous topography for the most part, but here some ocean. It might be the Mediterranean, I don't know. We've seen a few flamingos, and I've seen them at the zoo, but I've never seen them in real life. So I'm hoping to get a flamingo, and I know I'm getting some feedback on this live, but it looks better to my eyes than it does out there. And again, if I see a flamingo, I'll let you know. But then I'm supposed to be seeing some flamingos anyway. So, all right, bye.
I know how to rip my